This is my NBA Finals prediction. After watching the game last night, seeing us, I'm a Sixer fan, um, play Toronto. It's going to be Toronto and Golden State in the NBA Finals. Because I don't see anybody in the West beating Golden State. Coming into the season, I thought Houston had a chance to challenge them because last year, if Chris Paul doesn't get hurt, I think they beat Golden State in 6. But he got hurt, and they couldn't overcome that. And this year, even though Golden State right now is 4th in the West, and Denver's playing better, the Clippers are surprising people, including myself. um, Oklahoma City's playing very well, and Paul George is playing like Paul George did in his Indiana days before he got hurt, when he was that up and coming, soon to be superstar. But saying all that, and yes, the Lakers will make the playoffs in the West. But saying all that, there's nobody as a whole that I see as a threat this year to Golden State and keep them out of getting to the playoffs. And honestly, the Western Conference Finals is more than likely, in my opinion, going to be Golden State. I'm gonna say, well, seeding right now, more than likely, Golden State possibly could play. So, if that's the case, it's not gonna be the Lakers. So it's possibly Denver, but I think it's really a toss-up in the West. Who's going to play Golden State in the Western Conference Finals? I think it's completely in the open right now. And if Houston happens to get it together and get to the playoffs, I don't see them in actually beating or even coming close to beating Golden State. So I don't know who's gonna play Golden State in the Western Conference Final. It's a crazy, crazy year for the West. But in the East, man, that's. I think the Eastern Conference Finals either. I think it's Toronto versus either us, the Sixers, or Boston. As good as Milwaukee is playing, I don't trust them in the playoffs. And if Boston gets it together, as good as we are in the trade with Butler, is important as that trade was, or is, excuse me. I don't know. I still think Boston is just still a little bit deeper than we are, unless we make one more move at the trade deadline, or unless Markel Fultz can play like I think he can play. Um, Other than that, I think we're just a notch slightly below a healthy and on one accord Boston team. And we proved last night we still not better than Toronto yet. So I think we might get to the second round. Well, I don't think we might. I think we are going to get to the second round again this year. And depending on what happens at the trade deadline, or if, like I said, Marco Fultz step, or we just show a little more than overall what I've seen, then we could get to Eastern Conference Finals. We're going to be really good. We're going to win 50 plus again this year, but I think we're just slightly not as good as Toronto and slightly not as good as Boston. But hey, could be surprising. But we listen. I put it like this: I wouldn't be shocked if we got past them because we have the potential to do that, and we're a very talented team. The Sixers are, but just to be an honest, just basketball fan, all things can. I think we're slightly not as good as those teams, just barely. So, like I said, I think honestly in the finals, and Toronto's playing a way that I think they would, even though Boston came in as a favorite this year, that they would beat Boston And I think it's going to be Toronto and Golden State in the finals. And I'm not ready yet that Toronto would beat Golden State, or if Boston got to the finals against Golden State, I'm not ready to say that they would beat them. But that'd be one heck of a series, either one of those teams versus Golden State, and it will go 7 in very entertaining, very close series. But I would give the nod to Golden State. You know, as they say, you're a champion till you're not the champ anymore. So until somebody beats them with Kevin Durant, no matter the circumstances, until somebody beats them with Kevin Durant, they're the favorites. So, like I said, Toronto versus Warriors in the final. But I tell you one thing: the East as a whole, the way Milwaukee's playing this season, like I said, Boston eventually get it together as they're starting now. The way we're playing, Indiana, when Victor Oladipo is healthy, the East is really good, and not just the top half of the East, because for last decade, a little over a decade, the top half of the East has been right up the top 4, top 3 teams have been up there with the West for the most part. It's just, you know, 5 through 8 has been up and down some years, whereas the West, for the most part, has been consistent 1 through 8. But this year, the East, at least 1 through 6, is right on par, and in some spots, record-wise, better than those spots in the West, including Toronto having the best record in the league, and where we have the 4th best record in the league, and can beat pretty much any team in the West except for, I think, Golden State. I will put us, if we got to the finals against any other team in the West this year, outside of Golden State, we would win the NBA championship. The Sixers would. And the top 4 teams in the East, I think, would beat any team in the West in the finals, with the exception of Golden State. That's how much better the East is as a whole, and not just the top 1 through 3. So, mark me down, Toronto, Golden State next year, or if I see more out of us this year, Sixers, then book us. So we shall see. It's gonna be interesting. All right, peace out.